Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And it is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. We have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles today, December 24th. But before we begin, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. Now, today, we will be talking about some very rowdy behavior on some Thailand flights. A strange case of a Farang living with the corpse of his Thai wife. And a little later, the unseating of Thailand as the world's top tourism destination. I don't believe it. But first, we're in the skies. A Surat-Bangkok flight's alcohol has run dry amid festivities on the plane.
Oh, I heard about it.
Yeah. Passengers aboard Air India Express's inaugural Surat-Bangkok flight made headlines after finishing the entire onboard alcohol supply worth 70,000 baht mid-flight. The 4-hour journey turned into a festive celebration with passengers enjoying drinks, snacks, and camaraderie, sharing the lively atmosphere on social media. Despite running out of alcohol, the laughter and shared stories made the trip unforgettable. The event highlights the unpredictability and communal joy of travel, leaving a lasting impression on the airline's new route.
It's going to be that kind of route.
Yeah, guess
Indians love to party.
I can imagine
it's like, hey, we're going to Thailand for the first time. Why not just start the party on the plane?
Why not? I'm on board with this, hey, pun intended, idea completely.
In the airline industry, a lot of the Indian routes are infamous for being extremely rowdy, extremely difficult to deal with the passengers. And this is just one example of, they drank up all the alcohol. So, they're having a good time.
This is what's funny about this. So you're going to see the next story, actually. This is an interesting juxtaposition. But, they bought tons of alcohol. I'm sure the airline likes that. But as long as everybody's
they bought the alcohol.
They did. Did they? Well, 70,000 baht worth of it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was complimentary.
Yeah, it's probably complimentary. Flying international.
Well, then even better on them. I think gonna get your money's worth, everybody.
Yeah, they're gonna start charging for it.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, don't abuse it. But anyways, that was. I'm glad they had fun. But compared to the next story.
Okay. Here we go. We're gonna move on to our next story, which is regarding Indian passengers turn Thai AirAsia flight into party zone.
Again, but different context now.
Here we go. Indians having fun in the air. A viral video captured Indian passengers on a Thai AirAsia flight disregarding air hostesses' requests, standing in aisles, chatting loudly, and snacking, sparking online backlash. Shared by content creator Ankit Kumar, the footage amassed millions of views with comments expressing embarrassment over the behavior, calling it a tarnish on India's image. The incident reignited debates on civic sense and public etiquette, with many criticizing a lack of accountability and cultural awareness. This isn't an isolated case, as similar complaints about disruptive behavior on flights have surfaced, sparking calls for better decorum during travel. How do you stop them? They come in the masses.
What struck me as odd was like the difference of tone between these two stories. Like where the one where everybody was getting drunk, like, hey, good for them. But on this one, when they weren't, and they were just sort of in the aisles, like having a chat, it was like, what are these guys doing? Like, whoa.
This happens a lot, man. Like, it's one of the most feared routes. Like, I used to work in the airline industry, and I had like a ton of cabin crew friends. They would prepare themselves like, oh, I'm flying India tomorrow. I gotta sleep. I gotta rest. Because I gotta be prepared for this. They are extra rowdy. They're very demanding. They don't really listen. And unfortunately, it is what it is. There are certain routes, certain countries that have a reputation of being a little extra difficult. Like if you're flying to Copenhagen, that's known as one of the easiest routes in the world.
They're so civil.
They're just civil. They're just kind of minding their own business. They're not in a rush.
Yeah.
Plane lands. They're going to take their time to get their bag, and everybody knows how it's done. But when you're traveling to Thailand from India, for a lot of the times, for a lot of them for the first time, for a good time, just gotta
turns into a Bollywood movie in the cabin. Like, I love it. Yeah. When I lived in China, that was always one of the biggest complaints, was just how the Chinese have no etiquette when it comes to the planes. Like, as soon as the plane lands, before they're even like at the gate, like it's the old people too. They're getting out and just like racing to the front. They're like, "Screw you guys! There's no order here." Like, it's insanity. So, different cultures have very different etiquette when it comes to flights.
And look, it is kind of it is unfortunately embarrassing. Like, this is coming from an Indian, so like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's part
I
of-
hope that they can... a change needs to happen, and like there needs to be certain consequences from airlines. Like you can't fly that airline again or something like that. But where do you draw the line, you know?
Okay, anyways, let's move on. Because I have... oh, hold on.
We only have 16 more stories to go.
Sorry. We were on some tangents there. Hold on. My prompter. No, you're supposed to work. Tan.
I can't work under these conditions.
I got it.
Oh.
All right, cool. So, weird story.
Uh-oh.
Got for you next. A Thai woman was found dead in her Jomtien apartment with her foreign partner staying with the body for over 3 days. Now, police are investigating the mysterious death of 45-year-old Dongta Kampung Som in Jomtien, Chonburi. Her decomposing body was discovered after complaints of a foul odor, and her 77-year-old Irish partner, Birich Biatad, admitted to staying with the corpse for 3 days, claiming he didn't realize she had passed. Now, Birach stated she had been assaulted before arriving at the apartment and later appeared to sleep but never woke up. Authorities are skeptical of his account, as he continued living in the room despite the smell. The case is under investigation with a forensic autopsy pending to determine the cause of death.
Right, before we start pointing fingers, it feels like the man is not 100% aware of what's really going on. Perhaps we're dealing with a person with a mental illness, or someone who's actually committed a crime and is...
I don't know, man. 77 years old, right? That could be something.
Could be something, could be nothing.
A classic tale. 77-year-old with a 45-year-old woman, right? You got to wonder if a 77-year-old has it in him to actually
Yeah,
kill
fair.
somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
But certainly it's peculiar. Like, it doesn't add up, right? Because he's coherent. He's talking to the police, and he's given his version of events, which does not seem to make any sense.
You can't be a normal person and be with a corpse for 3 days and not realize and think that she's sleeping. That's just not
right.
Sane.
No, agreed. Like, so that's why they'll be investigating and determine exactly the cause of death.
Yeah.
And I just don't. Something doesn't add up. Like, and I'm curious to know what the results of this investigation will be.
All right. Well, for now, we're going to move on to our next story, which is regarding remembering the 2004 Phuket tsunami, a tragic turning point. Now, this next story hits close to home. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami devastated Phuket on December the 26th, leaving indelible scars on survivors and reshaping Thailand's disaster preparedness. Triggered by a 9.1 magnitude earthquake, the tsunami caused widespread loss of life and destruction. In its aftermath, Thailand developed robust early warning systems and memorial sites like the Wall of Remembrance and Ban Nam Kem Memorial Park to honor victims and educate future generations. Now, annual ceremonies continue to pay tribute to the lives lost, but the reason I'm talking about this story today is because it's the 20-year anniversary tomorrow morning of the tsunami that impacted Thailand and many different parts of Thailand, actually. There was a huge impact on Phuket, but places like Khao Lak were pretty much destroyed, and of course some other Asian countries as well. So 20-year anniversary of the tsunami hitting Thailand.
Yeah, big stuff. It's making international news again because it's a big anniversary date. It was pretty much the largest, most tragic natural disaster event in the past hundreds of years or something like that. So it really did open up everybody's eyes to the vulnerabilities of nations that could be susceptible to these earthquakes and tsunamis coming out of nowhere. Hundreds of thousands of lost lives, and total revamping of the way things are done. If you go down into Phuket and see those areas, everybody is a lot more ready, obviously, and unfortunately these regulations are written in loss of life, like written in blood, they say, but tragic, and hopefully we never have to deal with anything like that again. All right, now moving on. We got more classic Tiger stories coming up next. Now, a Thai mother mistook a Grab driver for her daughter's boyfriend and attempted to assault him.
Oh no! Whoa!
A Grab driver, Thanapun Bans Chumwong, shared dashcam footage of a misunderstanding where a passenger's mother mistook him for her daughter's boyfriend and tried to assault him. The incident occurred after Benz dropped off a female passenger and made a U-turn near her home. The mother confronted him aggressively, shouting and attempting to reach into his vehicle. Despite his calm explanation, Benz eventually left, leaving the woman yelling behind him. The video, shared on Facebook, drew praise for Benz's composure, with commenters urging him to file a complaint to prevent future incidents. Benz has not confirmed if he will pursue legal action. Which a lady? Go. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Classic story.
Yeah.
Classic Thailand story. Like, hey, I'm just here to pick up your daughter. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You scoundrel. No. I'm her Grab driver. Yeah. No, you're not. You're her lover, aren't you? You can be a Grab driver and her lover.
I have to wonder, what did the boyfriend do to make mom so angry?
Hey, you know what? If anything, she didn't discriminate. She wasn't like, no, you're not a Grab driver. You could also be my daughter's partner.
But apparently that's not a good thing.
She didn't judge.
But she did throw fists.
She did, yeah.
So,
well, more like hand slaps, rather.
Yeah, she threw hands. We'll say that. But good for this guy for keeping calm and just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna get out of here.
Yeah, this lady is dealing with a lot of stuff.
I don't think you want to escalate this any further. I think you got away with it relatively unscathed.
Also, I don't think her real boyfriend is ever going to show up to her home anytime soon.
Oh, I know that lady.
You don't want to do video. You don't want to mess with the mama, bro.
That's pretty silly. On to our next story.
On to our next story. This is a Thailand Christmas special. Thailand to train 7,000 massage therapists to address industry shortage. I did not know that.
Who knew?
Did you know there's a shortage of masseuses in Thailand? Who knew? Thailand's public health ministry is set to train 7,000 massage therapists to address a workforce gap in the 200 billion baht massage industry. The initiative aims to integrate Thai traditional massage's complementary treatment for conditions like office syndrome, herniated disc, and paralysis. With a shortage of 70,000 practitioners, this move could add billions to the economy, as professional masseuses earn about 20,000 baht monthly, and therapists up to 176,000 baht. The program also supports related businesses like herbal product manufacturers, boosting Thailand's reputation as a global health hub and strengthening its health economy. Who doesn't love a good Thai massage?
I'm a big fan. I think what's crazy to me is all right, there's a shortage of them.
Yeah.
One of the things that, and I hate to say it.
We're talking about professional practitioners.
Right, like up to the higher level.
Yeah.
So apparently even, you can get your handsome man 300 baht massage and stuff like that. That's still in strong supply. Yeah. But for the more professional end of things, that's still 176,000 baht per month for some of these therapists. It's no small sum.
But I think that's for a proper therapist. I think doing physiotherapy, helping people in a much, I think, higher level, if that makes sense. But even some of they mentioned traditional Thai massage. So there is a way to actually legally register yourself as a masseuse in Thailand. So for a lot of the massage shops that you go, if you look to the wall on the right, they'll actually have certificates for each masseuse that has performed in this. But there's a lot of massage shops in Thailand, especially in the tourist areas, and a lot of them don't. Yeah, don't have it for each masseuse.
Well, we were just doing stories a few weeks ago about people who were being killed by their massage. So it is important. Make sure that you are going to people who are properly trained and not snapping your neck like Steven Seagal style. Anyways, weird stuff. Right. Well, that'll do it, guys, for our Thailand section of the news. Now we are on to our ASEAN section. Yeah. And our first stop is over to Singapore. Ooh. Now, the Singapore Post has fired its CEO over a mishandling of whistleblower reports. Singapore Post dismissed... I did this yesterday. Resume the search instead of resume the search. I did. Okay, anyways. Singapore Post dismissed CEO Vincent Fang and 2 senior managers after an investigation revealed negligence in handling a whistleblower report. The report alleged misconduct in the company's e-commerce logistics unit, where employees falsely updated parcel delivery statuses. The mismanagement led to a 9.8% stock drop, its largest since March 2020. Chair Simon Israel will oversee the interim period as the company seeks a new CEO. Singapore Post is also compensating an affected customer and continuing a strategic review while seeking a new CEO.
Singapore doesn't mess around, bro.
High-level news scandals over here, apparently. It's also interesting to me. I don't understand. All right, so Singapore has whistleblower protections in place, I think, some sort of ways. But obviously, the people in power don't like that, right?
Yeah.
They want to keep whistleblowers from, blowing the whistle.
Yeah.
And apparently, there are consequences for that over there.
Well, I wonder what these CEO and managers were thinking. Like, wait, this secret whistleblower has done it to us. Let's just keep it a secret because surely he won't be able to blow the whistle to our higher ups.
I mean, there's other outlets too, right? You can blow the whistle. Like anybody would be happy to break that story. So, I don't know. It's,
But again, look, we were just talking about it, a story yesterday regarding Malaysia Airlines. Like in Asia, when a crisis does happen, unfortunately, often the first step is how, or maybe it's human nature, like how do I protect myself before I deal with this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a tough, it's unfortunate blemish on human nature. I think you're right there. Yeah.
All right. In our next story, we're going to take a trip to Vietnam as Ho Chi Minh City opens first metro line after 12-year delay. Ho Chi Minh City has launched its first metro line, Metro Line 1, after 12 years of construction and delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and financial constraints. Now, stretching from Ben Tan Market to Soi Tien theme park, with 14 stops, the line aims to alleviate traffic congestion in the city of 9 million residents. Tickets are free for the first month with discounted fares for students and e-payment users afterwards. Train runs from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. funded by Japan at 1.72 billion. The metro is part of Vietnam's transit competition between Japan and China, with Hanoi's China-backed system opening in 2021. Plans for more metro lines and high-speed rails projects connecting major cities in China are underway. Did you know that the movie Bullet Train was based off this project?
Oh, was it?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks for that. But yeah, I was just surprised to learn that this is their first metro line in a major capital city in Asia. Like, what are they? 12 years of delays. That is a lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucracy that they were battling to get through.
I know. As soon as I read it, I was like, 12 years? But look, hey. It is like 12 stops. They're train stations. But is it SkyTrain? Because if it was a SkyTrain, I can understand there's a lot more construction involved.
I didn't actually look at the footage. What did it look like? Hold on. I don't think so. No. Oh my God. Look at it. It is busy in there. Jesus Christ. Okay. So I was just going back and seeing. It does look like it's above ground, at least not in the sky, maybe. I'm not sure. But
So it's the sky.
it's about time.
It's a sky full of stars. All right.
What do you want me to say when you just start singing? I'll just burst into song as well. I don't know. I did watch Eurovision last night. So
Yeah, man.
I got to show you some cool performances.
Merry
Remind me
Christmas,
after
Neil.
the show. Anybody? Oh, yeah. I want everybody to look up, what is it? Bambi Thug.
What's a Bambi Thug?
Bambi Thug was Ireland's entry into Eurovision last year. It is cool, creepy, jazzy, all of the above. Anyways, my recommendation for everybody. Anyone from Ireland, please chime in. I got more scandals. All right, cool. So we're off to Malaysia, where that 1MDB company who is in hot water, or the fund, excuse me, they are filing a $1 billion legal claim against Amicorp Group for alleged fraud. Fraudsters accusing others of fraud. Malaysia's 1MDB fund has filed a $1 billion claim against Amicorp Group and its CEO, alleging their role in facilitating over $7 billion in fraudulent transactions between 2009 and 2014. Filed in the British Virgin Islands, the claim accuses Amicorp of creating shell companies, sham transactions, and financial structures that obscured the misappropriation of funds. 1MDB asserts stolen funds were routed through multiple countries, including Singapore and Barbados, using Amicorp Bank to create the illusion of legitimate investments. The legal action is part of a global effort to recover assets, with Malaysia already reclaiming $6.06 billion. So this is a big deal. Lots of money just disappeared into the wind. The main perpetrator of this has
Joe Koh, right?
He's just gone. This guy. Yeah.
This guy was notorious. I mean, I've watched an entire documentary about it. It's really fascinating. He took all this money, moved to America, and was just partying with celebrities. He would just throw these parties, and he would pay celebrities to show up to the party. I'm talking millions in just showing up, and these people were just all right, you're gonna pay me that much just to show up to a party?
Yeah.
Nobody really knew. They were just oh, he's some rich guy from Asia.
Yeah, I mean, why would you question? You wouldn't question the major bankroll. You'd be yeah, it's cool. This could be blood money. Who knows? But unfortunately, Malaysia's still trying. They've recovered billions, but they've lost billions more. Yeah. So they're still in those efforts trying to get through that. But
what's funnier is watching those celebrities then backtrack, as when they're asked to comment, they're "Oh, I did not know. I was fooled into coming to these parties. If I knew, I'm not going to give the money back. But if I knew, I wouldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah, that's the funny part. Yeah. It's what? Oh, well, it's too bad. I already bought that house. I'm sorry. I can't do anything with it. Anyways, sad stuff. Well,
last story today, taking us to Japan, as Japan surpasses Thailand as top tourist destination, apparently. Ladies and gentlemen, Thailand has lost its spot as the top tourist destination because Japan has overtaken Thailand as the top tourist destination, driven by a weaker yen, superior infrastructure, and effective marketing. From January to November, Japan welcomed over 33.3 million tourists, surpassing its 2019 record, and Thailand's 32 million during the same period. Japan is expected to close the year with 35 million visitors, matching Thailand's numbers but narrowing the historical gap. Key factors include Japan's readiness for independent travelers, with excellent rail networks, safety, cleanliness, and diverse attractions. Thailand's tourism operators urge improvements in transportation, new attractions, and creative marketing to maintain. I'm not surprised because there are probably millions of Thai people traveling to Japan. Japan is an extremely popular destination for tourism amongst the Thai people in Thailand.
Oh, and vice versa. I mean, Japanese come to Thailand like crazy. Let's be real. And really, I think it's just what this is really just a showcase for is just how much more all of Asia is traveling. I think the Chinese, the Koreans, India as well, traveling so much more than they used to these locations.
Do you want to know something cool?
What's that?
You can actually book domestic flights within Japan for free through Japanese airlines.
For free?
For free. So if you actually book your ticket from, I don't know why I'm promoting Chal, but anyways, if you actually book a flight from Japanese airlines to Japan and then the domestic routes as well, those domestic routes are free. It is something the Japanese government is promoting so that people actually visit other towns in Japan.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. And I know this from a Thai influencer who made a video about specifically this in Japan.
So you were influenced.
So I was influenced into telling this story to influence other people.
Yeah, indeed. No, that's very interesting to me. I'm overdue for a Japan trip. I usually go to Japan every 2 years in January, which got stymied during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I call it Japanuary. Yeah. And I'm overdue, so I'm thinking of maybe doing that next year. Why not? At the end of the month. No, I don't have enough time to plan for it now.
I mean, people keep saying the Japanese yen is weak. I mean, yes, the Japanese yen is weak, but Japan is still an extremely expensive country.
Yeah. Yeah, but relatively cheap compared to how it usually is. So that's good news.
So instead of 1,000, it'll cost 800, whereas the same thing would cost 250 in Thailand.
It's 20% drop though, and people want to go.
Hey, a deal's a deal.
Yeah. Got to spend money to save money, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, strap your boots. We're going to Japan.
And we're good. Okay, so let's I'm just gonna end we'll end the stream. We'll get to the comments at the end really quickly, guys. So let's just finish up. Guys, that'll do it for Good Morning Thailand, this edition of it. You can always go to thetiger.com for more news updates throughout the day. We're constantly posting. Alternatively, if you want to join the conversation, where can you go, Jay?
You can go to ASEAN Now.
.com. Yeah, and join the largest expat online community in Thailand and rapidly growing throughout the region. That'll do it for today. We will be back for Christmas. So everybody have a Merry Christmas Eve. We'll see you tomorrow. And now let's get into the comments.
Merry Christmas Eve. Woo!